I finished shaping all of the bezels. Let me flip it so you can see. My beautiful flowers from my husband. But I am so excited. Little bezels take so long to shape, to make sure everything is good. And they're also the easiest to mess up. So yeah, I always underestimate how long it takes, and I'm like, I should be quicker than this, and then I'm not. And then I remember, oh yeah, this part takes me the longest, and that's okay because it's also the most crucial part because the bezels have to fit the stones. There's nothing worse than finishing a project and then figuring out that your stone does not fit that you spent hours and hours on. So it is okay. But now I get to cut out all of the silver back plates out of here, and then I will stamp the backs. And I saw earlier one of my friends made a flyer. Dog cares everywhere. But one of my friends made a flyer on Instagram, and I loved the border that she used. It looks like lace eyelets, and I love it. And so I'm gonna try and mimic that with my wire, which means I need to put more space around it than I typically do because it's going to have little loops. The goal is a mix of these two necklaces because I think this one might be a little much for what I'm going for. And I love this one. This one is just like the basic design. I think I want to make at least 3 of these necklaces. I say that now. We will see how I feel after I finish this. It might be really in depth and I might not want to make it again. But I'm gonna do this design with 2 little dangles off both of the, I don't know what to call them, both chains. And I think that'll look really nice. One of my friends that I did a vendor market with was asking me about making necklaces that are connected behind, that are layered, so that your chains don't get mixed up. And I was inspired by that. And I think that'll look really cool. I want to do some more simpler designs with that concept as well. I think that would be really neat because I don't see very many people do it. So we're going to try it. I tried to do like a mix of different blue greens just so I could have some variety. I love this stone in particular. It just has a lot of character. But I also made a lot of content, and that's also why it took so long to make these, because I made an Instagram carousel post and I videoed about how long these take and that I'm finally finished with this stage and I can move on. So that's definitely something I need to take into account. It wouldn't have taken me that long if I wasn't filming. And then I'm also filming for you. So there's also that. But yeah, I'm going to measure this out to hopefully the right size. I hate these ads on YouTube. Like, I know they have a purpose. I know that, but I'm so annoyed with some of them. Also realizing now that the design that I want to do, I could probably make it on my Cricut and it would be so much easier. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Psych! We're not doing this part yet because I want the scallops to be even. I think it's gonna look really nice like that, and I want to be able to dictate where they all sit. Yeah, I'm gonna grab the eye. Okay, I just finished the cutout image on Procreate. I really like it. It's this little diamond design. And now I'm going to set up the Cricut and attempt to cut it out in the size that I need. You're good. 18 I'm late on this. Start it at 4, 2.5. I'll just say an inch. I don't know if that's going to be too big, but we'll see. An inch by an inch is a lot. I don't know. I'll print it and then we'll do one that's, maybe we'll do one that's like 3/4. 3/4 wouldn't be bad. 3/4 is definitely more like it. We're going to do that instead. Delete. How many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Make 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
2,000 years later.
I decided that big design was not going to look very good with my littler things, and I wasn't going to be able to make it look how I wanted to with the bead size and the wire size that I have. So I decided I'm just going to do my regular scallop design on the little ones, which I think will be good because it's supposed to look nicely layered together, and I feel like if it has the same design on all of it, it's going to look weird. So I think that'll be good. I did do 3/4 inches, and looking at the cricket right now might be a little too small, but I'm not sure yet. So while I'm waiting on that, I'm going to cut out the smaller base plates. So I already know how much room I need for those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Hi, Chloe. Pretty girl. They look like those little shortbread cookies. Okay, hold on. You can't see. Okay, I do really like that. I don't think I'm gonna be able to do my little teardrops inside of it. I don't think it's gonna be big enough for that. Maybe if I make them small enough, but I could do it with these little beads. Little beads? Oh yeah. I think that would look so cute with the little beads next to each other. Oh yeah, that's what we're doing. Or the little three, I don't know if I can show you. I have these little curved beaded pieces, and they're curved like in a C shape, and I could just do that. Ah, I like that. All right, we'll see. We'll see what I decide looks better in a moment. I feel like I could though make earrings with these little ones. Let me show you. Like, I feel like that could look really cute for a stud, and also, I guess I didn't show you a close-up of what the bigger ones look like inside of it. It'll look like that. And I could also make rings with that as well. I think the little ovals would look so cute. Now I can put those on the silver and we'll cut them out. I got new safety glasses. My other ones are like 3 years old. I can see. It's a whole new world. I also got a new respirator, and this one fits my face so much better. Goodness gracious. What is wrong? Darla, do you need to go potty? She definitely needs to potty, but also she just got done barking because she's paranoid that something's outside, so that's great. So y'all are coming with me. She's being ridiculous, but she also needs to poop. This is Tina. Oh, so much dog slobber. So much. In my face. Going up the stairs should not wind me like it does. I really need to exercise more. Didn't realize that I had broke my nail. Okay. Oh my gosh, this would be so cute with a brand in the middle of it. Like, I want to do a brand necklace with a shape, and this would be so cute. I might have messed up that one. No, I didn't mess up. Scrunched it a little. I got them all stuck on. This one being like that kind of bothers me. But we are going to handsaw all of these out now. I look off to you? I think one side sticks out more than the other. Maybe not. Maybe not. I'm just looking at it too long. It's about time to replace the blade. Hi, Tina. How are you? Hi, Darla. Such a good girl. You better get back. These look like little cookies. I'm obsessed with the shape. She doesn't want to play right now, Darla. I can't get this sticker off. Oh, there we go. One sticker down. Sanding these little things takes a lot out of you, but they're all sanded and the shapes have been refined a little bit more because some of them I needed to replace my saw blade, and I didn't do it in time, and so it started walking, and I couldn't really control it as well. So some of the curves were not as defined as I wanted them to be. So I did that with sanding disc. It is currently, what time is it? It is midnight. So I think I'm gonna call it quits because I am tired and my back hurts and my wrist is sore. So it's time to call it a night. Tomorrow I will solder everything on. And I'm excited for that. I think it's gonna look super duper cute. You can see my respirator lines, my glasses line. Nothing was getting in. But yeah, I think Chloe's ready for bed too. So we'll see you tomorrow. So it's been several days since we last spoke. The next day I ended up deep cleaning the house, and then the day after that was Valentine's Day, and my husband and I went and ate sushi and just kind of hung out, and we were talking about my booth setup for the rest of the year, and I've been really wanting to upgrade it and be able to have walls, and I just want it to feel like a store whenever somebody walks into my booth, and I want it to be really cozy. And so he was like, maybe we should get you a trailer, and then you can decorate it however you want. You can pull it to shows, and it would just make everything so much easier, and it could be exactly what you want. And so that was a great idea. I loved it. And the next day he found a little trailer on Facebook Marketplace for me, and we went and got it in Chickasha. I'm so excited about it. It's going to be great. We went to Lowe's and got some things there for it, so hopefully soon we can start working on it. And then yesterday, it was insane. The wind was so bad, and it's so dry here, and there's a huge fire, and it was just really stressful. All of my family is fine, but it was just craziness, and so I didn't go and work on anything, and today was just watching and making sure everything was good. And now I am up in the studio again and ready to work on some stuff, and I have my tea and my waters, and everything is good. So we are going to start by soldering all of the bezels onto the base plates. Okay, I say that. We're gonna start by stamping the ones that we cut out because I didn't stamp those. I stamped the other little ones. I started putting these bead accents on, and they're just like this much too big, and I do not like how it's looking. Like, it looks really rough now, obviously, but it just I wanted a bead border, and I'm just gonna have to figure out how I want it to look now because I am not a fan of that right now. I'm also just not sure if I love this shape with this because it's not a evenly weighted piece. Like, I really like it, but I'm trying to decide if I want it to be like this with... The thing is, okay, so this is how it's supposed to look. Man, it's not working. This is how it's supposed to look. And so I don't know if I want to just turn these all and do that. I don't think that would look bad. I don't know what to do. So I'm gonna take a quick break, go downstairs, come back up and look at it with fresh eyes, and I will fill you in on what I decide. All right, I've had time to think about it, and I came back with fresh eyes, and I do think I like the way this looks with the point going up, because I think the way it's weighted, it needs to be like that. And I normally would not put like the teardrops upwards like that unless there was something above it to draw your eye upwards. But I think it works, one, because it will draw your eye upwards to the daintier layer above it, and it also will have this surrounding it, which makes it even, like evenly weighted. And so I think I will do that because I just don't love the way that it's sitting whenever it's sideways. I also don't love the way the beaded border is looking, so I'm going to play around with that because I do think a beaded border would be cool, but I don't know if it's right for this size. I think if the plate was a little bit bigger, it would work because my accents are just this much too big. So it might not have a border and it might just have the little eyelets. I don't have my notebook up here, but I showed you earlier. So just doing the little eyelets inside like lace and just leaving it like that. But the thing is that I like the way a border looks with it patinaed on the inside with the accent on top, and I don't want this to stay shiny. And I don't think I'll like the way it would look with it being dark without a border on it. That was a long ramble. Trust me, I think this is gonna look good. I just have to finagle it to my liking. Finally looking how I wanted to. I tried to do something with just half round wire and I didn't enjoy how that looked at all, and it was going to be a mess to do on 10 of them, and so I just had to use my smaller beaded pieces, and I think it's looking really good. I also did have to redo the bezel because I accidentally broke it whenever I was repositioning it, so redid that, and I like the orientation so much better now. I'm not sure if I like these little balls on the edges, like these bigger ones. Hold on, this one, or this one. I think I'm gonna replace it with Maybe these little petals. Oops, it's gonna be too much though. Or I could just do that, maybe. Okay, I'm gonna make that better. I've been up here already for a little while today, and I have one more of the bigger pieces to do. So we're on our last one, and it's for the little dangle. So it'll be this stone. It'll focus. Yeah, this stone. And then we can start on the smaller ones, and that will take so much less time, I think. But honestly, I have these two left, these two extras, and I'm thinking about making earrings. I think that would be cute to match, but we will see. I was looking on my desk trying to find this strip of bead wire because I know last night whenever I cleaned up before I went to bed, I had it sitting here with the half round wire and I could not find it, and it was over there on the other side of the room, all spiraled up where Tina had got into it and was playing with it. And she's been doing that a lot. Like the other day, I found a strip of bezel wire downstairs. Silly girl. But I need 30 more if I'm gonna do earrings. I think this last one is my best one. Of course it is. It only took 8 tries, but I do think it is the best one. Also, I did not light those. That's gonna get fixed directly, but look at it. Isn't it perfect? Okay, we have earrings left to do, and then we are done with this design, and then we get to do all of the little ones. I'm so excited. I got the earrings done and the rest of the big pieces for the necklace, and now I am officially starting on the tiny scallop pieces. Those are gonna go so much quicker because I just have to do the little border, and then we will be sawing those little pieces out and then connecting everything. This little one is probably my favorite. I need to do one with just this design. Oh, it would be so cute. Oh, come on, focus. Ah, I love it. This is the one we just did. We got all of the little ones done. Now we have to do the big ones, which shouldn't take as long because they're already cut out. We just need to go around the edges and make sure there's nothing sharp. We got all of them sanded. They are so cute. And I only noticed one that needed a soldering touch. I don't know if you can really see it. Hold on, I'll show you. I don't know if you can really see that right there. So the bead isn't going anywhere, but the tips where they meet the other beads is not soldered. And it's definitely not going anywhere, but I just don't like that it's like that because everywhere else is good. So we are gonna fix that really quick and then we can start attaching all of the jump rings and it's all gonna come together and I can see exactly what I need to do because I'm hoping that I estimated right on the lengths, but I'm not sure. So we're gonna fix this real quick and then we're gonna start doing jump rings. I also forgot my earbuds. Oh wait, no I didn't. For some reason I thought I brought them downstairs with me last night, so I'm going to listen to music. Not sure what that is, but it doesn't belong on me. One thing I did not do, I'm pretty sure this is medium solder. Usually I always put it up where I like mark the ends on it, and I did not do that. Fairly certain that's what that is. I'm going to use easy solder for this, just so everything else doesn't move while I touch this up. All of the dust from sanding gets on here. I love those radial discs, but I don't know how to describe it. Like you run through them really quick because they disintegrate. And so the dust goes everywhere along with your silver dust that you're sanding off. So I'm actually surprised I didn't get more on me today. Also, it's raining. Thank God. I'm hoping it pours. Let's play the game. Where did I set my tweezers? I always forget to bring them back from Pickle Pot. I'm so excited for this. It's finally coming together. This has been the biggest trust the process necklace, and I think it's gonna be so worth it. I'm not soldering any of these yet. I usually solder as I go, so I don't have to worry about missing anything, but I wanna make sure that the length is as close as I want it to be before I solder, so I don't waste my jump rings, because taking apart soldered jump rings is almost impossible without messing them up, and then there's solder all over them. Once I solder and then bend all of the jump rings to ovals, it'll be a little bit longer than it is right now, but this is a good test. And if I have this twisted right or not, okay, there we go. These things always take way more jump rings than I think they will too. It's a little bit too long. No, maybe it's not, because I want it to be like the top piece is a choker. The smaller one needs to sit up further, so maybe I can attach it to one of the chain. Ooh, yeah, that could work, because the design is there. I really like it, but this little one needs to sit higher, and I think I could just attach it to part of the chain maybe, because I also don't like that it layers, like these two, like they sit on top of each other, so it needs to be at a different point, which means that big jump ring doesn't have to be there, and I'm okay with that, because honestly I don't like how I've never done a necklace like this before, so it's very much trial and error. I don't know why I did that. I put a link there where it didn't need to have an extra one. Oh, I don't even think I need that one. It just needs to hook into the main one. I'm trying to decide too if I want to do this small of a chain or if I want to do a bigger chain, but I think the smaller one contrasts it better, and it doesn't take away from the piece itself, because there's a lot going on and I don't really want the chain to be distracting. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go into the 5th link. I'm not gripping my pliers the right way. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Of course, I went through it in the wrong way. Oh my gosh, I'm stressing myself out. Why is it? Okay. I did this upside down. Okay, next one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm holding stuff in the wrong hands. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I feel like this part is clunky. There still needs to be more space in between them both, and I think I should have made that chain longer, because then I could have more space down, because I'd rather have these stair-stepped a little bit more, because they're still right on top of each other. But that is the idea. This is what I wanted. Okay, now we gotta do this. Now that we know that this is the way we're on the right track, I just need to cut a longer chain, which I knew better. I cut it at the exact length that I thought I wanted it, and usually I make it just a little bit longer for things like this, and I did not do it. So we did 4 inches on each side, so I think I'm going to do 6 this time. Maybe not, because I keep forgetting I'm going to elongate all of these jump rings, and it's going to make it a little bit longer. So maybe I'll just do 5. I'll just do 5. I do really like the distance between the two though. I like that a lot. So that's adding 2 inches to the total length. So that's going to be a lot. Here we go again. This is almost more tedious than making the outlines, and it's just because I haven't done it before. Critical thinking skills were being exercised this whole project. That hurt. This time we're doing 8 links because I don't want them on top of each other. Did I do it right? I did not. Okay. Should not be this hard. I'm sure I'm just tired and making it this hard. I'm sure tomorrow I will look and be like, that is dumb. Why did you struggle so hard with that? I think that's right. I have to remember to weigh this before I set the stones. I need to put my sticky note back on the wall. I said we're going up 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, 8. Okay, did I do that one right? I think I did the top ones right, but I think it's twisted because this one keeps, gosh dang, like the chain in between this, crap, this chain, oopsie, where am I at? Why is it? Okay, this one it's got to be twisted because this doesn't want to stay. So I'm just gonna untwist. Something just fell and I'm hoping it wasn't a bead. We'll see. Okay, we'll be back after these short messages. I guess I just needed to turn the camera off for a second because it was literally 30 seconds. I twisted it and it was the right way and I wasn't having any issues. So, I'm gonna try it again. Something punched. Okay, I made the strands a little bit shorter and I think that helped a lot because it moved this further up my neck. I think that helped a lot. I think I am worried about these kind of flipping over, but I think once I make them ovals, it won't really do that because it'll have a littler place to twist. But I think we're gonna go with it. I think this will be really cool. Literally gonna be me for probably the next hour, so I will talk to you whenever everything is soldered. Thank God. Oh, that was a risky one. As I, off camera, accidentally melted the chain, which was not my best moment, and so I had to redo the chain on that side, and luckily now it's all done. It's in the pickle currently. Whew, hanging out. And I plugged, ooh, a little foggy. I plugged in the liver of sulfur, and after it's done in there, we're gonna dunk it. I don't really want to hand paint all of the little pieces right now, so we're gonna put it in there, and then we'll put it in the baking soda bath, and then we'll dunk it again for a second coat, and then we'll start our rough polish, and then we will put it in the tumbler so we can set stones tomorrow because it is already like 10:30 I think, and I'm getting tired and frustrated, and I think it was just because the chain was not behaving like it should have. So I need a snack. I might end up setting the stones tonight. We'll see, because I want to have this video up tomorrow. And yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm gonna go eat a snack and have a tea, and I will talk to you later. We are all done polishing, finally. Last night I did a rough polish on everything, and then I stuck it in the tumbler and let it do its thing, dry out, and then today I started to polish it as you saw earlier, and I just didn't love the depth of the patina, so I decided to warm that up again and then redo it. I definitely think that helped a lot. I like the finish a lot better now, and then because I did that, I had to go through the whole polishing process, but that's fine because the tumbler also work hardens all of the jump rings. So yeah, I got through polishing without a hitch, thankfully. I'm so nervous whenever I do these kinds of necklaces and polish them because no matter how careful you are, like things can still go wrong, and I've had things get caught up in the bit, mess everything up, and then I'm scared because I'm like, oh my gosh, things are going way too fast and I can get hurt. So anyway, this is all done now, so I'm going to get everything flipped around and ready to set stones. It is so shiny. Also, I made matching earrings. They're gonna be dangles because I thought this called for dangly earrings and not posts. I have my helpers. Tina came up like in the middle of, where's your head? In the middle of me polishing and just decided this was a good spot to sit in. Silly girl. So put new candles up because we already burned through our really pretty red ones for Valentine's Day. To move this. I'm having a really good hair day too, and then I have to put on the respirator. Flux crystals are so messy. I'm gonna put this over here. Also realizing I didn't bring a drink up here, so I'm gonna have to, oh wow, look at that. It straightened itself out perfectly. Isn't it gorgeous? Oh my gosh, I am so obsessed. We gotta try it on before I set everything. Wow. It's so crazy, like making things like literally last week, this did not exist in the world. There is not another one of these like it. And I made it. Sometimes it's just so crazy to think about. Man, and I wasn't sure about this pattern on the outside, but it really does look like an antique doily or lace, and I'm here for it. I'm gonna leave that off. Put a soft cloth down. And now we just hope that everything fits into where it's supposed to be. Look out, Chloe. All right, let's try the little ones first. Whenever you're polishing and just going about everything in the process of making these, the often come in on themselves, so it's good to just push them out a little bit, especially if your bezel is really snug, like it fits the stone perfect. Then you want to make sure the stone doesn't have a lot of stress coming back into its home. I also decided this time to not go with a super like thin oval on the jump rings whenever I squeeze them in, so they're not circles like these connector jump rings. If you can see, like these little guys that connect every piece. I decided to go with a loose oval instead of a really thin one, just because I wanted to see how it looked, and I think it flows a lot better. Also, sometimes with the pliers that I have, not every piece is kind of uniform whenever I do that, whenever I shrink it down to a thinner oval. And I think these look a lot more uniform. And typically, if these stones were not calibrated, I would have marked on the insides of these with a little burr bit so I can see which one goes where. But because these are calibrated, I didn't do that. If one of them doesn't fit just right, then we'll move on to the next one, because they're all relatively the same size and they all match. Some of them might just be a little bit chunkier or a little slimmer or a little taller than others. So we'll just have to take our time and really make sure each one fits properly. See, that one was just a tiny bit smaller than the other two. I had it in the wrong place, but now it's in its home. Gosh, it looks so good. Looks so good. Okay, now we have to do the earrings. They look so good. Oh my gosh. Tina's still back here, by the way. Proof. I can get it on. Oh my gosh, it looks so classy. I love it so much. I'll have to wear a better shirt tomorrow and take pictures. Oh my gosh. So worth all of the time that it took. I'm so proud of this piece. There was definitely moments where I was really frustrated with it, and it's just because I haven't made something like this before, so there was just a lot of technical things that I had to work through with the way everything lays. And also I tried a different design for the outside of it, and I did my normal scallop design on the smaller ones that I love. That's just tried and true. But I am so excited. I also used a new patina on this. It's liver sulfur instead of my Black Max, and I do really like it. I think it looks a lot more, like it has a lot more depth. Yeah, I love it. Oh my gosh. I'm going to take pictures of it tomorrow, and whenever I'm editing this, I will put them here. But thank you so much for hanging out with me. It has been a really long vlog, but I'm so glad that we got to spend time together, and I will talk to you next time. Bye.